Hey guys, Chris Rivers here. Hope you're doing amazing today. Welcome to day 29. 2 more days left of the productivity challenge. I hope you're having as much fun as I have had making this. Today we're going to talk about goals. Again, this is day 3 of this, and we're going to build a form that's going to help you be more productive. 2 days ago, we talked about the lanes. I asked you to create the goals for each of your lanes. Yesterday, we talked about the calendar and how to schedule that into your calendar. Today, what I want to do is I want to talk to you about a simple form that you can take on a weekly basis that will allow you to process some of the stuff that we've been doing today, okay, and yesterday. So here is a copy of my 2018 summer goals. This is a Google form. We've talked about Google Forms before. This is located on my phone right down here. And then I have a reminder on my calendar to take this every Monday. So let's talk about making this. Let me show you some added things that I've done to put in this form. Now, why are we doing this? Because this really takes it to the next level. I mean, to be able, if you were to give this link to someone that can help you be accountable with your goals, then they would know what your goals are written down. But they also know that you're taking it every week, and then you can show them how to actually do it. That's productivity right there. So let's talk a little bit about this. I'm going to go ahead and open up the form itself. This is what the form actually looks like. And then we're going to build it together. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to go into my 2018 summer goals. I will go ahead and go down to more and click on forms. And we're going to use a purple one. Abraham Lincoln's is purple, mine's blue, so we can actually see this. So what I like to do oftentimes is I like to date my form. So this is summer 2018. So, in this case, I'm going to just go ahead and leave that up there, but we gotta change the name here to Abe Lincoln. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So this is Abe Lincoln's weekly goals. What I normally do in this section right here is I'm just going to add this brief description. The idea here is that the steps you take toward achieving your goals determine whether or not success is realized. So take the steps, and so we're just going to add that there. Take 20 minutes to reflect on this past week, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the goals that we've talked about. Now, in this case, I am going to go down to the next question, which is a calendar question. It's a date, and we're just going to put week of. So I'll add week of here, and then we'll be done. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a section. We've talked about this in previous forms. So this is the next section, which will be your God goal, your first lane. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this section blank, and we are going to add a title and description. Okay. This is going to be your God goal, and it's not a good goal; it's a God goal. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then normally what I like to do is, how did you do? Okay, so you're taking this assessment, so we're gonna work through that, and then we're gonna add our first question. Okay, so the first question, what I like to do with my goals, I've been doing this several years now, is I like to name them. Okay, so when I reference my God goal, I think of my God goal as an abundant. He's an abundant provider. That's my name for my goal. My family goal is encouragement barista. So if you want to name these, I'm not going to go into huge detail of this, but if you want to go ahead and do that, you can. I just like to do it. It helps me name something. I don't remember who said it, but often the things that go unnamed are the things that rule and reign. So I like to name things. It's a powerful thing to be able to do. So if you want to use mine, use mine. I'm going to call this abundant provider. That's the name of my God goal. So go add a God goal name if you want to. Okay. So this is the same content that I have in my goal. We talked about this in yesterday's video. So I'm just going to go ahead and let's go back to Abe, and I'm just going to hit on the description area, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that thing in there. Now this is we're using a linear scale here, and I'm going to choose 6. David Delk, who is my boss at Grace Church, one time challenged me. He said, man, don't use scales 1 through 5, use scales 1 through 6. Why? Because if you just do 1 through 5, oftentimes people just choose 3. So you're really forced to put, something through there. So I'm going to put 4 here, and then I'm going to put great. Okay. So that's our first question, right? That's our first one. So we're going to scroll down here and we're going to add a weekly action list. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit add question. This will be I'll just go ahead and open it up so you can see it. So we're using a checkbox grid here. And this weekly action list, we're basically just detailing what we did in our goals. Okay. So let's go do the checkbox grid. You'll see that we're basically taking out and starting with the verb. So we're going to memorize scripture and then we're going to share what we've memorized. Okay, that's what I talked about last week. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that in here. I'm going to memorize scripture and then I'm going to share what I've memorized. So these are the two things that I need to focus on, right? So we'll put over here in the completed or deferred. Okay, so did I complete it this week or did I deferred it? Okay, deferred it. Say that 3 times as fast as you can. That's not how you spell it. So deferred. Okay. All right. So what does this look like? If you want to play around with this and test it out a little bit, go ahead and click on the short URL. You can come over here, open a tab, and just kind of see what you've created so far. So Abe Lincoln's weekly goals, we're going to click next. And you can see, okay, abundant provider, how did you do? I think I did 5 this week, whatever. Memorize scripture, I completed it. Shared what you learned. Well, I didn't do that this week. See where we're going with this? So we'll eventually create some pretty rad graphs on here. They're done automatically, but let's keep going. Okay, the next area is unexpected obstacles that we encountered. So we're going to go to a new question, unexpected obstacles that I encountered. That'll be the first one. I'm just going to duplicate that again, and I'm going to click new ideas for how I will approach next week. Okay, so that's my first section. You're going to take you can come up here and you can actually duplicate the section if you want. I'm not going to go through all the other 3 because it'll be a much longer video. But what I am going to do is I'm going to make a new section. This section kind of came up. Actually, let's Command Z here. So let's go down here and add a new section. And this will be kind of a 4-sentence prayer. So we're going to leave this. Let me Command Z there. I'm going to delete this and I'm going to add a new question here. So we'll leave that title there. My 4-sentence prayer is something, I got this from Will Mancini, but this is just really powerful. We're going to just do my 4-sentence prayer. We'll do a paragraph here. Actually, I take that back. That is a text title. So we'll go over here and delete this one. So we've got our 4-sentence prayer, and then we'll drag this thing underneath. Okay. And God, you are. So you're going to just write God, you are. That'll be a paragraph text here, and you'll write that. God, you are. Thank you. If I can spell. Thank you for ... We'll do that. The next one is going to be guide me in. Guide me in. ... And then empower me to. Empower me to. Okay, and then you're done. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go. If you did your next 3 goals, we're going to go ahead and grab our link, and now we're going to go over to our calendar appointment that we set the other day and just double click on this, and we're going to remove the Google Doc now with the form, and now that form shows up. Okay, so. Absolutely. We're going to put it on all recurring events. And so now what happens is when you, and I'll pull up mine here real quick. So this is my Chris Rivers God goal. So I'd put the date, I'd put that date in, my God goal, abundant provider. How did I go? Did I memorize? Did I share what I've memorized? What were the unexpected obstacles? I can, write down things in there and keep going. And there's your form. So what's great about this is that if you do this over time, what will happen is you'll be able to create some really great graphs and charts for your work. Okay, so this is an example of a 90-day rhythm and routine goal that I did in August of last year. And this is how I did with my goals. You can see some of the graphs and charts, and you can see unexpected obstacles and different things. So this is really, really helpful when you want to measure and celebrate and evaluate progress. Okay. So go do this today. It'll take you to the next level. It'll help you cast off restraint of the things that keep you in the lane. And I'm telling you, it'll help you be more productive. Okay. Love you. Let me know if you have any questions. Email me at hello@culturebus.cc, and I hope you have a productive day.